I apologize for not including a video with the last set of assignments. It's been pretty busy around here in Palm Springs because I've been moving more things out from LA to Palm Springs to escape LA at this point and teach online to students like you. It's a wonderful experience. I like it. I hope you like it. I hope you're enjoying being online. Although some of us, I have noticed, are not really spending enough time with the material so that we grasp everything that I want you to understand, so that when you write something, you're writing it as I would like you to do it. Anyway, one thing I want to remind you is to please read all of the comments that I make to you on your assignments. Sometimes I don't make very many, sometimes I make quite a few. Now, with 12 Years a Slave, which I am almost finished with reading and commenting on, I am generally making quite a few comments. A lot of the comments have to do with MLA format, which I'm kind of surprised about because there is a lot of information on the website about how to format your papers. So some of us are forgetting about double spacing. We're not checking the box that says no extra space between paragraphs of the same style. You do that when you go in and check double spacing. You need to do that, otherwise you have all these wacko spaces throughout your paper. So fix that, please, in your next paper. Also, some of us still are not getting our headings right, the date, writing the date in the correct manner, etc., etc. This drives me nuts. Well, a little bit nuts. Anyway, moving on. Read my comments, okay? Read my comments. That's important. And if you have if you have problems or issues that I'm commenting about, try to eliminate those in the next draft or in the next paper, so that I'm not making the same comments to you over and over and over. I'm teasing you a little bit, okay? English 108 online. As I read your papers, I'm noticing that many of us would benefit from the kind of tutoring that is being offered by our own writing center as opposed to NetTutor. NetTutor is fine, especially NetTutor Live. I noticed that some of you are submitting your papers to Drop a Paper and then not getting it back, not getting the tutoring feedback back in time to revise your paper so you can submit it to me. So NetTutor Drop a Paper is a little problematic because while they should have a paper back to you in 24 hours, they generally don't. It takes often up to 48 hours, and some students even tell me that it takes them 72 hours to get a paper back to you if you use Drop a Paper, which is why I would prefer that if you use NetTutor, you use NetTutor Live. Now, NetTutor Live doesn't like to work with long papers, but something around 400 or 500 words they should work with, like 12 Years a Slave, which is 3 paragraphs, about 500 words. And if they don't want to work with that length of a paper, then just submit a paragraph at a time. You shouldn't have to wait long to get NetTutor Live, so just a paragraph at a time, or a particularly problematic paragraph, a section of your paper, they'll be happy to work with. An issue in your paper, like, is my paragraph focused? You can just ask them one question. Is my paragraph focused? I should have, everything in my paragraph should be about discussing a single message from the film, and I need to keep on that focus and not bring in any other messages or any other ideas other than to explain that message and give an example, and they should be able to help you with that. Now, with English 108 online, you'll be able to submit your papers as you would with a Drop a Paper, and a tutor will review it and return it to you within 24 hours, or I will get on their case. Okay, so now I do know, I understand that you have to pay for 108 online, but it's quite reasonable, and I'm trying to keep your costs low. For example, I'm not asking you to buy the textbook. Now and then I provide all the materials from that textbook. And you can go to the public library and get, you know, Laramie Project or The Road. So you really don't have to buy anything there. So the only thing that I'm really making you purchase is a film online at YouTube at like $3.99 or whatever. That's about it. So, I mean, you know, then plus English 108, which comes to about less than $25, which is really quite reasonable for a whole semester of tutoring help. Plus, there's additional, there's a program that they're going to include in English 108 online where you can work on writing issues on this program and improve your grammar and so forth if you like. Some of you need to do that. So that's all about English 108 that I want to say. Oh yeah, well, no, I'm sorry, I have to say more. To enroll in English 108, unfortunately, you cannot do it online. You have to go to campus, to the English Writing Center in Jefferson Hall, 318, and ask for a petition to add, and then take that petition over to admissions where you can add it. I called admissions and they won't let me add you online in any kind of way. So what can I say? I apologize for that. Not everyone needs to do that, but if you're having issues, if you didn't get your full points on the rough draft for 12 Years a Slave, then you probably need to enroll in English 108 online. And not only that, it allows you also to go into the Writing Center and work with tutors there and use computers there. A lot of different things that English 108 online will give you if you enroll. So many of you need to do that, please. Now, with regards to 12 Years a Slave, I am reading that rough draft, and you will get it back sometime on Sunday. Some of you have it back already. And I have made a lot of comments on it, and I've kind of already told you what most of the problems are, and it's about focus of the message paragraph and the reaction paragraph, because I just want you to write about one message and not bring in a whole lot of other messages. Don't mention any other messages. You state the message, explain it, give some examples from the film that show this message, and that's all you need to do. Similarly, with a reaction, you just say one thing that you liked or disliked about the film and then explain it, give some examples from the film about that. Don't bring in any other kinds of likes or dislikes of any kind, not even, oh, this is a great film. No, just stick with one thing. Because that's what we have to do when we write paragraphs. We have to keep them focused on just one idea. Except, of course, if we're summarizing, where we're telling a story. That's a little bit different. There are different kinds of paragraphs that we write, of course. And with the, well, I guess that's all I want to say about 12 Years a Slave. When you get my comments back, so I guess it's not all I want to say. When you get my comments back, you need to read them, reread your paper, and revise it, and take it to NetTutor Live again, unless you take it to NetTutor Live again, or just take one or two, take one paragraph at a time to NetTutor Live, so you can work with 3 tutors with just one paragraph at a time. Or maybe a tutor will work with the whole thing. It depends on the tutor. Some tutors will, some tutors won't. It's kind of like a crapshoot, where you throw the dice and who knows what's going to happen. So once you have read my comments and revised your paper, rewritten your paper, improved it, and the NetTutor Live gives you more comments, and then you revise it one more time, and then you're going to upload it to me no later than Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. with a 3-hour grace period. Please don't be late with this. And then I will read it one more time and give it a letter grade. This is important. This is your first graded paper, and all of our papers after this now will be graded, which is important. Now you'll notice that on the assignment list for today, I've also have some material about fragments and run-ons and what are they, and how to identify them and how to fix them, and there's some exercises there, and then you have a quiz about those. And then, of course, the upload link for the final draft of 12 Years a Slave is there. So let's get this done. And then where we're going from here is we will be reading about how Frederick Douglass learned to read and write, and we'll be writing a short paper about that. You have already become acquainted with Frederick Douglass, and by now I hope you can see why I had you view the film 12 Years a Slave. You really get some good visuals about what Douglass had to endure as a slave before he became free. So that's all, folks. We will see you online.